Search of a good construction company. Do you have a high test for a sweet home? Not to worry. Also Construction Nigeria Limited is the solution you need. We specialize in building constructions, import and export of Italian ceramics, tiles, marbles, doors, bathrooms and kitchen fittings. Architects and engineering, supply and installation work. General building contractor will represent manufacturing company in Europe and the United States. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, head office number 14, Iremila Street, off Cook Road, Benin City, Nigeria. Lagos address number 49, Engineering Akimalawo Street, Atan Kekele, Oluwaga, Ipaja, Lagos. For more information, please call 080-357-09679 or 080-751-99066 or +39-329-7346-919. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, Quality Shop.
Hello and welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is The Gathering and I am HARRIET URHOGHIDE. As I told you earlier, we have in the studio DEACON SYLVESTER, ALUKU, and Mrs. Judith KELVIN to talk on this wonderful topic on today's program. Is it compulsory to get married to someone in the same ministry with you? DEACON SYLVESTER, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Sister Harriet, and viewers. Greetings from myself.
Mrs. Judith, you're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Harriet. Hello, viewers.
All right, viewers, before we start today's discussion, we have to make a toast. Are you ready?
Okay.
Cheers to a wonderful time on The Gathering.
Cheers.
Cheers. You can also take your glass of water or juice and join us.
This is a nice one.
Yeah, it is. So we don't get so carried away with the drinks and everything. Let's go back to the bone of contention. So, DEACON SYLVESTER, ALUKU, is it compulsory to get married to someone in the same ministry with you?
Oh, well, a very interesting question there, Sister Harriet. You know, it's going to be a two-way thing from me personally. Compulsory, oh, well, I can say yes, and at the same time, also I can say no, it depends. You know, in the first place, we need to understand what marriage is all about. Then before we now start thinking about if it's compulsory for us to have it in the same ministry or not. For me, I would want to say yes, based on the fact that every ministry, they have their own vision. You know, every ministry has its own vision. For instance, if somebody, a girl it could be, or a boy, a young girl who has attained the age of marriage is in a ministry, and he or she has been in that ministry for a while, I'm sure for him to have stayed on in that ministry for a while means that he has, you know, been inculcated with the vision of the ministry. That makes it, for that individual, most probably compulsory that, look, I understand this ministry, I know the vision of this ministry, whosoever I want to have as a wife should be from this ministry, so that that vision that I have inculcated in me, and that has been inculcated in me, I also want it so that my family can grow in that direction. That's for one person. Then another person could be that most probably before he came into the ministry, is already into a relationship. But that relationship has not brought about the fact that, look, you have to come with me to my ministry, or you have to go with me to that ministry. But because of that love that exists in that relationship, he or she also might decide to marry outside the ministry. So that compulsory aspect of it is something that we can actually debate about it, but I don't want to like put 100% of the fact that, look, it is compulsory, you must marry from the ministry. That's how I see it from that point of view.
All right, so it's already getting complicated. So, Mrs. Judith KELVIN, what do you think about this discussion?
To my own point of view, let's see the purpose of marriage first. The purpose of marriage is to complete each other and have a relationship which lasts for a lifetime. So if we are saying, is it compulsory to marry from your ministry, it's like one is obliged to do what he or she does not want to do. It's probably a man might find a girl outside his ministry. He can get married to her and bring her in to his ministry. But it's not a compulsory thing that you must marry from your ministry. It depends on what is being taught or she's been taught in her ministry. So it's not a compulsory thing that a man must marry from the church where he worships, or the girl must choose a man from the church where she worships. By so doing, you are obligating something that is not supposed to be done. It's like a kind of punishment to the young ones that are in the ministry that they are at the age of getting married.
But sir, it's a general question for everyone. Would you advise someone to get married to a person in his or her ministry?
Of course, yes, I will advise that. I will advise that. In the first place, with age and with time, I've come to realize one thing. You see, marriage to a lot of us, I'm talking about this generation that are below mine, it's all about, I'm in love with that girl, so I want to get married, even in the ministry. Because you see, I'm in love with that girl, so I want to get married to that girl. But right now, because of my experiences and everything, no, it doesn't work like that. The very first thing I need to know about anybody I want to get married to, I'm talking to me, I'm married now, but it's just a discussion as it is like that, no? I'm not putting myself in the place of a young man who is not done it. Okay, is the spirituality of that sister. So now it now makes one thing compulsory. The spirituality now makes it compulsory for if, I'm in the shoe of that young man that's trying to get married, because now I've come to realize some certain things. That no, not just every girl you see on the street that you love, that you like, or whatever, you are supposed to be married to. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. Not everybody. But if you're in a ministry where, some certain things are known and done, and you too personally, there are some certain ministries that are only just good about the words, as in knowing how to preach the words and give the words to the congregation. And then from there, the sister is understanding the words, the brother is understanding the words. They both can come together with the understanding of the word that they both have heard and learned. Then the marriage can work. Then you can be also in a ministry where it's all about power, the demonstration of power. Then in that place too, you see a situation whereby a sister is all, the power in the ministry have cleared some certain things from the life of the sister, cleared some certain things from the life of the brother. Of course, they both too can come together. But it not depends on how any of them sees it. What do I mean by that? For instance, if the young man feels, man, I like this girl, but I need to know her being. This body carries a being. That being is what is important, not the body. You could have this beautiful body, this handsome body, and you are carrying a being that's not beautiful, it's not handsome. And then you now come together. Hey.
So, Ma, would you advise someone to do that?
I will not advise someone. You know why? Before you choose a girl and marry her, you shouldn't be looking at the spirituality. You love her, that is why you went for her. And now you marry her. Then you now realize that the level of her spirituality is not that of which you wanted. It's already a trap for you. You are re-evaluating your decision. So I think a man should choose with his heart, not because of the spirituality in that person. Because marriage is a lifetime vow before God. Don't because she's spiritually inclined, she's burning with the fire, and there is nothing connecting between you as in love aspect. It wouldn't work.
Okay, now let's put, for instance, there is this love now. This man is burning in Christ. He's a soul winner. He's into the gospel. He does so many things, very vibrant. And the God is not really into these things like he is.
And yet they are in the same.
And they are in the same ministry. So if you say the man shouldn't look at the spirituality level, don't you think that might affect marriage? Maybe he wants to go and sow seeds, or maybe he wants to go out for evangelism, and the wife does not see reason why he should do those things.
And then the same ministry.
That means they cannot go together because they are not in the same.
But they're in love.
They are in love, but they cannot get married like that. So if there is love between them, that love will make the woman to grow along with the man.
Okay, now you're very clear. Now you're making me understand that even if the woman's spiritual level is not as high as the man, she can grow.
She will grow along with the man.
Okay, that does not mean she must be spiritually
inclined like
to that extent before they get married.
That means Mrs. Kevin didn't understand. She didn't understand when I said when I used the word that, you know, for the fact that they are both in the same ministry, there's spirituality. There's this something about Christ in them already.
That they understand.
That is it.
The same soul.
Good. But I used a word. I said we are all. This is a body, but this body carry a being. You see, a lot of us could be members of the same ministry, but we are different people inside. But we are in love.
Certainly.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? When that being is not inside of me, I act the way I'm supposed to act with you. Show you love, I mean, be nice with you, be okay with you, and all that stuff. But when that being takes control of me, you see the other side of me, and then you'll be like surprised. That's what I'm trying to say. But in a situation whereby you're in a vibrant church where there's power in that kind of a place, that's what you check for first. I need to know the other person that lives inside me and lives inside my so, you know, whosoever. I mean, as in, we want to be married. Mm-hmm. But if it doesn't work that way, you know, so like you said, my fiancé or whatever you young ones of these days call it, you know, like, I need to know the being that lives in her, if there is any. If there's none, of course, it will be fine, because at that platform there, where there is none with her, there's none with me, we are both free, then it's the marriage that is blessed. As at that point, from that very moment, everything that is taught in the church, everything that is done, you will see us just burning. We all, both of us will be thinking in the same direction. The same direction.
It will be easy to flow.
It will be like, Oni, it's Sunday. We are supposed to go to church at 7 o'clock.
That reminds me, Mrs. Judith Kelvin. I've come across a couple. The man attends A ministry and the wife attends B ministry. This particular Sunday, the man is like, honey, my darling, I love you, the angel of my life, my heart, and all this, that. Junior's going to go with me to church today. Then you take the little girl with you. Then next week Sunday, I take the little girl, you take you take Junior with you to your church. So how is that going to function?
In a family like that, the couples, to say, they created a rift among the family. By so doing, it's easy for the children to start fighting against one another, because they are not eating from one place. Hence, they are married, they are one flesh union. They should attend one ministry because they are one. They are divided already.
Well, you know I'm asking you this now because you said, I asked you, would you advise someone to get married to a person in his or her own ministry? You said, no, you won't advise the person.
Not obligatory.
So now that something like this will happen, because honestly, I've seen several cases like this. The man has to go to this church and the woman has to go to this church, because before they got married, she was already committed to some extent in that ministry that it's not possible for her to leave. And the man is already committed in his own ministry that he can't just leave. So maybe because of the love at that point, you know, the love took control and they were like, okay, don't worry, we'll see what we can do, we can make it.
By so doing, the woman is not disobedient. She's a disobedient wife. She's not a helpmeet to her husband, because she's creating division in the family. Because the man is the head of the house. He came to marry her. Hence, he's married to her. They are joined together as one flesh.
Oh, okay.
She should leave at church
I want to disagree with you on that, Sister Judy.
That is the truth.
I'll tell you why. You know, there's this. Yes, it's true. The Bible even said so, that the man is the head of the house. You know, but it's a very right question you have just asked now, and such thing normally does happen. But the fact is that the people that suffers in this situation here are the kids. But who are the problems? The parents. And tell me one thing. You see, both of them must confess. If any viewer at this point in time is watching me and is listening, let the person search his or her conscience, and they will know it's all about self-ego. What do you mean you are a leader in one church and the other one is a leader in that church? I'm committed to this, I'm committed. He said, when a man cannot take care of his family, he said it's a sin. So why would I let my child eat from here, he eats from there? And I don't get it. So the first thing is the parents. They should both come together. If you must relinquish your deaconess, or me, I relinquish my deacon, and then we go to a church and we start from the very beginning. Let's go there and start from the beginning.
Why did you have to use yourself as
Because I'm a deacon, my wife is a deaconess. Thank God we are in the same ministry, but just imagine, because that's the thing. You said he's committed in one church, the wife is committed in another church. Probably the wife is a deaconess there, and he's a deacon here. So they are both committed one way or the other. So because of the fact that they are committed to A church and B church, the children now will go to B church tomorrow, and they will tell them, look, you see, there are some churches who give microphone to demons to be talking. They don't need to give microphone to demons to be talking because Jesus Christ never did that. The children hear that one. They now come to A church, and A church say, who are you? Where? They now come. They will come, Momo. Daddy, I don't understand. In Mommy's church today, they said this. And in your church last week Sunday, they said this one. Which one is true? How do you want to tell the children truth? You don't tell them that their mother's church is lying. Or their mother will tell you, the children, that their father's church is lying. Meanwhile, there's only one church.
Yeah, sorry. You said that the wife has to submit to the husband. Now, let me talk from the part of a single lady. I already know that there's going to be a problem. Instead of us to create this problem in the future, we can resolve it now and systemize it before the marriage, because so many people made that mistake getting into the marriage and trying to solve that problem they could have solved before they got married.
But can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Is it a career? Why won't any of you be able to look? It's a career that you say, look, I cannot. Church, you can as well be committed in the church.
That's what I'm saying. That is where they made a mistake.
Both sides.
Both sides. Yeah, both sides.
Nobody can be committed anywhere.
Not after the wedding. You start wanting to change things. No, the deed has already been done.
You know, mostly it is the men who comes taking away the woman. So, you know, give and take, I'll stand on that point of view, and I'm in the midst of ladies, pardon me. But all the same, you know, it is the man who comes carrying the lady. So obviously when he comes to marry, and he's already in the ministry, you know, the questions you as a wife will even ask, if the way he's even acting, you should know that probably it is this ministry that is attending that is making him to act the way that he's acting, that makes you to love him. So what stops you from living your... What commitments are you committed there? Is it not committed? Look, any is commitment to God, not commitment to church. Not commitment, it's commitment to God.
I'm sorry, I have to take a sip of juice because this is actually getting really tough.
Is it a career? No, it's not a career.
In case you're watching us, you're watching on the satellite, you're watching on Facebook, on web TV, wherever you're watching us from, drop your comment and also give us your suggestions. But now, sir, we'll just take a little break and listen to what the men in the inner room have to say about this discussion. We'll be right back.
Are you in search of a good construction company? Do you have a high test for a sweet home? Not to worry. Also Construction Nigeria Limited is the solution you need. We specialize in building constructions, import and export of Italian ceramics, tiles, marbles, doors, bathrooms and kitchen fittings. Architects and engineering, supply and installation work, general building contractor. We represent manufacturing company in Europe and the United States. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, head office, number 14, Iremila Street, off Cook Road, Benin City, Nigeria. Lagos address, number 49, Engineering Akimalawo Street, Atan Kekele, Oluwaga, Ipaja, Lagos. For more information, please call 080-357-09679 or 080-751-99066 or +39 329 7346 919. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, quality shop.
Let's go. Let's roll it. Let me take a deep breath because it's a big question. Yeah. Compulsory. To me, it's not really an obligation. I would say no. Because some of us, like we guys, you know, sometimes we look outside, you know. You might have someone outside. Just see check, go see one or two things. You can't bring the babe coin. You can fall in love outside and bring the girl inside the church. So it's not really an obligation. We can do it. It's a free sighting.
Just like I said before, it depends. Depends on how, you cannot, somebody who has already a relationship going on for him, sometimes the sister might probably not even be a believer, but he's in love, but he's a committed member of a particular ministry, so it keeps coming. But somehow, when they are married, and he might bring, it's my wish that for the young man, he brings in that sister so that the sister can also enjoy the grace that he's enjoying under that ministry that he is, But that aspect of being obligatory that, look, because we are here, we must be married here. I don't think, I thought it's a two-way coin or what, it's both sides, that's what I believe, that's how it plays.
All right, now viewers, let's go back and watch. We'll be right back.
Are you in search of a good construction company? Do you have a high test for a sweet home? Not to worry. Also Construction Nigeria Limited is the solution you need. We specialize in building constructions, import and export of Italian ceramics, tiles, marbles, doors, bathrooms and kitchen fittings. Architects and engineering, supply and installation work, general building contractor. We represent manufacturing company in Europe and the United States. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, head office, number 14, Iremila Street, off Cook Road, Benin City, Nigeria. Lagos address, number 49, Engineering Akimalawo Street, Atan Kekele, Oluwaga, Ipaja, Lagos. For more information, please call 080-357-09679 or 080-751-99066 or +39-329-7346-919. Also Construction Nigeria Limited, quality shop.
Yeah, I would say yes. We are feeding from the same ocean and drinking the blood of Jesus together. The ocean I'm talking about is the word of God, filled with the Holy Spirit. Because marriage of 18 is not beds of roses. It might go astray, or even me, sometimes my hair will, when we just run quickly to our pastor, it will resolve everything. To me, it's advisable.
She said, drinking from the same ocean.
That is wonderful. Drinking from the same ocean, hearing from the same man of God, eating from the same plates to say. That's a good one.
And you, sir?
No, actually, that one helps, because it's like after the church service, what do you guys do? If both of you come to the same ministry, I might probably use myself as an example because not all the time. Sometimes when we go home, we do something like recap. This was said, and the funny aspect of it? There are some certain things that were said that I did not hear.
And you were in the service.
And I was in the service. And now I'll now be told that this was what was. Then there are some certain things too that I say, when was that? I said, so that is it. So you see now we are now complementing each other. So this stands as an advantage to such people who are in the same ministry. But there's a thing the young sister said when she said, there's a particular thing she said, if I remember now.
If the man misbehaves later, something like that.
But that, although that is not the topic we're discussing now, but I just like, it's an advice too, because I know a lot of people will be watching this thing and this program right now. You see, if you are in a marriage and a Christian marriage, whether you marry from another ministry or you marry in the same ministry, the basic thing is how much of Christ is in you. It is much, much easy for two Christians, two believers to be married. Hiccups will come, why not? Hiccups will come, that is normal. But it will not get to a stage where you not be shivering in that marriage. You know why such things, hiccups will come and you'll be shivering? The Christ in you is not enough. But if you like, I'm just trying to run through what that sister said, But if you have enough of Christ in you as a wife, your husband also have, hiccups will come for one little thing, one little challenges here, but the Christ in you people will not drink from together. Let that river for hiccups to come that will now make a big one that they have to come to the pastor.
Thank you very much, sir. Don't forget, if you're watching us on Facebook or on our web TV on satellite, don't forget to also drop your comments and be a part of this discussion. And Ma, what would you like to say?
Disagreements cannot lead to breaking up of marriages. Even the patriarchs, in the time of old, they had disagreement. Disagreement must arise in every home, but you can always work it out as two believers of Jesus Christ. It will not lead to breaking up of your home. That is why when you are receiving from your man of God, that word will dwell in you, and in the time of difficulties, that word will also help you to go through those times of difficulty. But as for those ladies who were in another ministry before their husband came to marry them, are you not aware that this man that is coming to marry you is from another ministry before you said yes to him? And after the marriage, what do you think you should do as the wife? Are you not aware that you're going to join him and fellowship with him in his ministry? Or probably because he came to marry you and is behaving well with you, you not take advantage of it? If you are a lady and you are in this position, I think you should make a change of mind. He came to marry you. Go with him. Whatever you are dragging, sitting in your ministry for, is no longer a gift. It's under duress, because you are a married woman. You must fellowship with your husband in the same ministry where he fellowships. And
so what do you have to say before we go now?
Well, what would I have to say than to say, keep loving one another. And the first and important one that I really want to say, although she had just said it all, because we talked about a situation, she talked about a situation whereby, you know, you are married, you need to go with your husband. I think I second that thing she has said, and I agree with her. I only just want to say to those sisters and those brothers, yes, it is good to be in a union, as in that union called marriage, but please, no Christ. Let Christ flow in all of you very well, and the marriage is as good as whatever you wish yourself.
Thank you very much, sir. This is how far we can go into this program. I'm going to draw the curtain now, but we are going to come your way again next week with another interesting discussion. But till I come your way next time, as my deacon said, love one another.
Bye, viewers.
Cheers and bye. God bless you.
Bye. Italy, Germany, France, Holland, Finland, Sweden, and many other countries. You might be wondering how you can get this channel on your decoder. You can follow the information now displayed on the screen, the frequency and the symbol rates. Enter and refresh your decoder. For more enquiries how you can sponsor, advertise your goods and services on this television station, you can also follow the information now displayed on the screen. See you on GNN TV. Bye for now.